Okay, so what we got in the shop is a Komatsu forklift with a inline 6-cylinder engine, and the complaint from the customer is that it does not have power at higher RPM also, but basically it just falls flat. Okay, so what we did is we hook up a vacuum gauge to the manifold. Okay, crank it. Whoop. Starter's missing. Alright, try again. Okay, so that's at idle, and our vacuum right now is really low. I mean, I should expect it to go maybe 20 something, right? Okay, slowly increase the RPM. Go. Go ahead. More. Alright, it's now struggling. Okay, you've seen that. So when you slowly increase the RPM for any engine, it should be staying close to where the vacuum is at idle. Right? So it could be there's a vacuum leak, that's why vacuum goes away, but that shouldn't be the case because we're revving it up with opening the throttle, so the vacuum should stay as close to where it was at idle. The other possibility is you cannot breathe, where your exhaust gas is just backing up into the intake manifold, and that's where we're at right now. So what we're going to do is going to try to take out that oxygen sensor and see if the vacuum changes. So we were trying to take out the oxygen sensor, couldn't do it, it's stuck in there. We don't want to ruin it. We tried to take out the flange bolts, still not cooperating. Seems like it's going to break, so we decided to opt for a more high-tech diagnostic process. So right now I have my pressure transducer hooked up to one of the cylinders and sync on the ignition. Red trace would be my pressure sensor, pressure transducer, and blue would be the ignition sync. Okay, crank it. One more time. Okay, let it run for a while. Let's stay at idle for a while. Okay, slowly increase RPM. Okay, let it go. Okay, kill the engine. Okay, I guess right now it's pretty much evident what we have. It is confirmed that it is a plugged exhaust. So let's zoom in on one of these. Let's just put some filters to clean it up. Okay. Slowly raising the RPM. So this is going to be our exhaust plateau. So looking at the pressure averages out, I'm already at 13 psi. So, and then once we slowly increase the RPM just about right here at the end, our pressure towards the exhaust, that's a whopping 42 psi. So this is a plugged exhaust, be it a catalytic converter, which is the more likely culprit, but it is a plugged exhaust. So what we're gonna have to determine now is, we really have to break that bolt. If we have to, heat it up, open it up, and see if it becomes better. Okay, so we already know from our last test using a in-cylinder pressure transducer that we are dealing with a plugged exhaust. All right, so now it gave us more evidence to really spend the time to take that oxygen sensor out. Okay, so now it's out. We still have the vacuum gauge connected to it. Okay, let's gonna crank it. Now it's gonna be loud, but you can see that the vacuum now is at the green mark, which is gonna be 20 inches of mercury. So the engine can breathe. Let's try to rev it up a bit. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. So this is now going to be a plug exhaust. Now whether it would be the catalytic converter, which more likely is what it is. Now the customer has to approve this because we potentially might have to take the counterweight out, or take the radiator out just to get at the catalytic converter and the muffler. But for now, diagnostic is done, so we know it's going to be a plugged exhaust.